Hello all, I am the Holland Phantom, and for today's video we're going to be having a live battle from the 2008 format. On one side, we got the Scizor Toxicroak deck, as used by Tristan Robinson, the world champion of the 2008 World Championships, up against the Empoleon Bronzong deck, as used by Jimmy O'Brien, a top 4 competitor in the Masters division. So we'll see which of these two decks can take the victory today. But before we begin, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and to my Twitter account at Holland_Phantom so you don't miss out on any new Pokemon TCG content. And now with it out of the way, let's get into the battle! And here we go, the battle has started, with both players flipping over their starting Pokemon. On the Scizor side, we've got Scizor as the active Pokemon, and on the Empoleon side, we've got Piplup as the active Pokemon, with another Piplup on the bench. The Empoleon side is going first, attaching a Call Energy to the active Pokemon, and then using its ability to search the deck for Baltoy and a Bronzor to put onto the bench. And that is going to be ending the player's turn, so turn quickly passes over to the Scizor side. For their first turn, they're going to be using a multi-energy on the active Scizor, counting as a Rainbow Energy, followed by a supporter Castaway to search the deck for 3 cards. There we see a Psychic Energy, Steven's Advice, and Cessation Crystal as the tool coming into the player's hand. We might be seeing the Cessation Crystal coming down immediately. Yeah, there it is, to shut off the abilities of all Pokemon as long as the Cessation Crystal is equipped to the active Pokemon. There's the attack, a Slash attack to hit the Piplup for 10 damage. And on the Empoleon side, the bench Piplup evolves into a Prinplup and also gets a Water Energy. There we see Celio's Network to search the deck for any Pokemon. The one chosen is going to be a Bronzong to evolve the Bronzor. Okay, the ability of the Call Energy is going to be activated once again, searching the deck for another 2 Pokemon. It's going to be another Piplup and another Bronzor coming down. Okay, so the Empoleon side now has a full bench. And now on the Scizor side, the player starts off by using Roseanne's Research for their supporter, searching the deck for up to 2 cards of any combination of Pokemon, basic Pokemon or basic energy cards. The ones chosen are going to be 2 Croagunk, which come down onto the bench. A Psychic Energy comes down to one of the Croagunk, and then the active Scizor evolves into Scizor, attacking with Special Blow to take the KO against Piplup. As Special Blow hits for 30 damage plus 50 more damage if the opposing Pokemon has a Special Energy card. So Scizor has taken the early prize lead so far. On the Empoleon side, Prinplup comes into the active spot and immediately attacks with Aqua Shower, hitting everything on the opponent's side for 10 damage. Okay, quick turns going around. On the Scizor side, the second Croagunk gets Psychic Energy, and then we see Steven's Advice to draw 5 cards from the deck. 1 card for each Pokemon on the opponent's side. One of the Croagunk evolves into Toxicroak. Oh, actually, they both evolve. There's 2 Toxicroak on the bench now, and then we see Crystal Beach coming down as the stadium. And there's Special Blow, hitting for 30 damage, as Prinplup does not have any Special Energy cards. Okay, no cards are played for the Empoleon side, going straight for the attack. Another Aqua Shower, hitting everything for 10 damage once again. Then we see another Roseanne's Research coming down for the Scizor side. Searching the deck for another Croagunk. And another Scizor. So both players now have 4 bench Pokemon on their side. Although the advantage is definitely on the Scizor side for right now, as they have more energy and more evolved Pokemon. A Psychic Energy comes down to the 3rd Croagunk now, and there's the attack once again, Special Blow. For another 30 damage, Prinplup is down to just 20 HP remaining. There we see another Celio's Network, searching the deck for any Pokemon. On the Empoleon side, it's going to be another Bronzong coming down. And there's the attack, Aqua Shower. Still no energy cards. 10 damage comes down to every Pokemon on the Scizor side now. Just building up the damage little by little. Okay, on the Scizor side, the 3rd Croagunk evolves into another Toxicroak. And then we see another Castaway, searching the deck for another 3 cards to add to the player's hand. There we see a Metal Energy, a Cessation Crystal, and the supporter is going to be Roseanne's Research. And they're just taunting the Empoleon side, showing off all these cards they can add to their hand. The Cessation Crystal comes down to one of the bench Toxicroak, the one with only 10 damage on it so far. There's the attack, Special Blow to take the KO against Prinplup, and that is 2 prizes taken by the Scizor side. Okay, Bronzong comes into the active spot now. It doesn't have any energy cards, but it doesn't need any to attack with Pain Amplifier. The bench Piplup evolves into a Prinplup, and no more cards are played. There's the attack Pain Amplifier to place 1 damage counter on each Pokemon that has damage already on it. So just taking another turn to spread some more damage around. On the Scizor side, Scizor's going to be paying the retreat cost to go back to the bench to promote the Toxicroak with the Cessation Crystal. With Cessation Crystal still in the active spot, no player can use their Poke Powers or Poke Bodies. So the Cursed Alloy on Bronzong does nothing. The bench Scyther evolves into another Scizor, which then gets a special metal energy card to protect it from 10 damage. There we see another Castaway coming down. Once again, searching for another 3 cards out of the deck. The player must have a huge hand by now. There we see a Cessation Crystal, another Metal Energy, and Celios Network coming into the player's hand. There's the attack, Paralyzed Poison, hitting Bronzong for 20, plus 20 more damage for weakness. Also inflicting poison and paralysis, so Bronzong cannot attack or retreat. A Water Energy comes down to the bench Prinplup, and that is going to be it. Turn passes. Bronzong takes another 10 damage for poison, but it's going to be getting KO'd this turn from the Paralyzed Poison attack. A Metal Energy comes down to the Scizor on the bench, followed by another Roseanne's Research, searching the deck for Scyther and Krogunk. Thinning out their deck as much as possible. There's the attack, Paralyzed Poison, to take the KO against Bronzong. That is 3 prizes taken, while the Empoleon side has taken nothing. Okay, another Bronzong comes to the active spot. Piplup comes down to the bench, which evolves into Empoleon thanks to the ability of Rare Candy. Empoleon gets a Psychic Energy attachment, and there's the Pain Amplifier attack. Okay, so a lot of damage is spreading up so far. 3 of the bench Pokemon have 50 damage on them, while the other 2 have 30 apiece. Okay, over to the Scizor side now. A Voltorb comes down onto the bench, and then Voltorb gets Metal Energy attached. No trainers are played. There's the attack, Paralyzed Poison. Here's a coin flip, and it's going to be another heads. Bronzong is going to be paralyzed and poisoned once again. It cannot attack. Okay, on the Empoleon side there we see a Night Maintenance. Searching the discard pile for a Prinplup, a Piplup, and a Water Energy to shuffle back into the deck. And let's see if they have any draw cards yet. They have been having really bad draws the entire game. No, they still have nothing. They passed the turn. Another 10 damage comes down to the Bronzong for the poison. And on the Scizor side, Voltorb evolves into Electrode, and then the attack Paralyzed Poison takes the KO against Bronzong, and that is 4 prizes taken. Oh, finally, here we go. A copycat is slammed down. The Empoleon player now gets to shuffle their hand away to draw 1 card for each card in the opponent's hand. That is a huge hand. Lost count. I think that was about 10 cards. Okay, they finally got something. The Claydol evolves into Baltoy, and a Water Energy comes down to the bench Empoleon. There's the attack from the Prinplup. Aqua Shower, spreading another 10 damage to every Pokemon. Except for the Scizor with the special Metal Energy card. Okay, the Scizor player activates their own copycat, shuffling away their hand. Drawing, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cards. Okay, pretty good. Let's see what they get from these 9 cards. The Lightning Energy comes down to the bench Electrode. It's fully powered up, and there's the attack. Paralyzed Poison, hitting for 20 damage. Here's the coin flip, and it's heads. Prinplup is paralyzed and poisoned. Takes 10 damage between turns, and it cannot attack this turn. On the Empoleon side, a Water Energy comes down to the Prinplup. Those names are too similar. And then it evolves into Empoleon, moving its special condition, so it can attack this turn. There's the attack. Dual Splash, hitting the benched Scizor and Toxicroak for 30 damage apiece to finally take some KOs. They've taken their first 2 prizes, but they are 2 prizes behind. Okay, on the Scizor side, another Scyther comes down onto the bench, which then gets a Metal Energy attached. No trainer cards are activated. There's a Paralyzed Poison, hitting for another 20 damage. And the coin flip was head, so Empoleon is paralyzed once again. The poison inflicts 10 damage between turns. And now the Empoleon player activates Roseanne's Research to search the deck for a Piplup and a Water Energy to add to their hand. The Piplup comes down to the bench, which then gets the Water Energy attached. And now the player activates Warp Point to force both players to switch out their active Pokemon. So Toxicroak gets replaced by the more damaged Toxicroak, and Empoleon is replaced by the new Empoleon with no damage on it. There's the attack Dual Splash to take the KO against the active Toxicroak, and then sniping the damaged one, the benched one for 30 damage. And now Empoleon has taken their third prize. They're only one prize behind so far. Okay, Electrode comes up as a new active Pokemon. For the Scizor side, Electrode can take the one-hit KO against Empoleon with its Ion Blast attack, but it does have to KO itself in return. The Scizor evolves into another Scizor, which then gets a Multi-Energy. There's the attack Steven's Advice. Sorry, not attack. Supporter, my bad. There's the supporter Steven's Advice to draw 4 cards from the deck. And a Cessation Crystal comes down to the bench Scizor. Okay, finally there's the attack, Ion Blast. And yeah, Electrode is going to be KOing itself to also KO Empoleon in return. Electrode activates its ability Energy Shift to equip itself onto Scizor as the Rainbow Energy. Both players take a prize, and the Scizor side is down to 1 prize, while the Empoleon side is down to 2 prizes. Okay, the Scizor with the Cessation Crystal comes into the active spot, and for the Empoleon player, Empoleon comes back up. Celios Network is activated by the Empoleon player to search the deck for another Empoleon. Does the player have a Rare Candy? If they do, they can evolve this Piplup. And yes, they do. Rare Candy evolves Piplup straight into the new Empoleon, which then gets a second Water Energy to power up its Dual Splash attack. And then we see Bronzong coming down to the bench. The active one is going to be paying the retreat cost to go back to the bench to promote the undamaged one, just to get it out of KO range from the X-Scissor attack. And there's the Dual Splash, taking the KO against the bench Toxicroak, and hitting the active Scizor for 30 damage. Empoleon is caught up, and they're actually looking in a really good spot, as Scizor cannot take the one-hit KO against Empoleon. Let's see what they can do. No, they can't do anything. X-Scissor can only hit for up to 90 damage. Yeah, 90 damage coming down to Empoleon, but as long as the Empoleon player has 1 more energy card, they can't take the KO. Let's see if they can do it. Yeah, there it is. Call Energy to power up its Surf Together attack. Oh, but here comes an unknown onto the bench just for good measure. And there's the final attack. Surf Together to take the KO against Scizor and take the final prize. And there's a handshake. Empoleon is your winner. So what did you guys think of that battle? Let me know down in the comments below. And be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video to help this channel grow and reach new viewers. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, this is the Holland Phantom logging out.